Good afternoon. I'm A. Allen, and I'm here with my fellow vendor, John Kidd.
Good afternoon.
You are watching Streetwise live on CAN TV, channel 21. We are also streaming live on cantv.org/hotline. You can join the conversation by calling 312-738-1600. Streetwise have been around for 25 years, and as John Kidd always emphasized, Streetwise is a family. Why you describe Streetwise as a family, sir?
Well, Streetwise because when they started in 1992, Alan, most people vendors were homeless people, and when you find homeless people, it seems like they have no family. But since Streetwise was birthed, when I came to Streetwise, it became like another extension of my family because the people were so nice, and it just opened up new doors in life, and then you get a chance to meet people from all different races, all different backgrounds, cultures, all over the world. And if you're a people person like myself, it broadens from there. It broadens from there because if you don't get out and go anywhere, you would think the world is just such a small place to live in. But the world is very big, and you have a lot of good people out here. But it's up to each individual to if you want a lot of friends, you got to be friendly.
Yes,
I'll put it like that, and that go with your job, at home, or anywhere else, Alan.
Yes, and I think what you emphasizing is expanding your borders is what the Bible call it,
Right.
And actually it's like expanding your horizons, allowing yourself to grow. Come out of that little bitty community that you may be locked in. Like me, for instance, I was locked into a small community, which is a drug community. I was locked into a lot of small communities that didn't really allow me room to grow. Okay, but when I came to Streetwise, it expanded my borders because it allowed me to meet people that I normally wouldn't meet and to rub shoulders with people that I would normally not meet in my community. So, I work in the downtown area, and so it really has broadened my horizon. And I invite other people that may be stuck in a small community or may not have a way up and out, or may not know a way up and out of that small community or out of that community of negativity. You're welcome to come to Streetwise. We have orientation. We have orientation every week at Streetwise on Tuesday and Thursday. 4554 North Broadway, Suite 350. You're welcome to come. Come early and get breakfast, sales training, and receive your badge as a legal magazine vendor. You also will receive 15 magazines that'll get you started. That'll get your wheels rolling. 15 magazines is equivalent to $30, okay? And if you have any questions, you're welcome to call Streetwise. For more information, you can visit our website at www.streetwise.org. Yes, Streetwise is an organization that you can expand your horizon and come join the family. We are like a family, and if you don't believe me, come see for yourself. But today we have a special guest, Dave Hamilton. He's our creative director, and he really works hard at Streetwise to put together us a good package to go out and sell. And I feel good about selling Streetwise because Streetwise, not only have we been around for 25 years, but Streetwise is an organization that you can grow in, okay? Because we have a very good product. It beats panhandling, going out, shaking a cup, saying, "Can you help me out?" Streetwise, we believe in a hand up and not a handout, and what a hand up and not a handout is being self-supporting through our own contributions. That means we get up and we work this like a job. This button on my head say, my job is Streetwise, okay? And we work it like a job. I go to work just like anybody else. I go to work and post up and seal my papers, and I be polite, kind, and respectful to other people, and people come back and they buy the paper. When they buy the paper, to their surprise, it's a lot of good information. And I really, really like the way Dave Hamilton packages our product up. It's in a real nice package, and Streetwise have came a long ways. And like I said, this is the cover, and we would like to, at this moment, welcome Dave to the panel. Thank you so much, Dave, for coming out, and thank you, Mr. John Kidd, and we'll be bringing Mr. John Kidd back.
Thank you.
So here's Dave, and he's going to talk about this week's issue is about the Oscars.
That's right.
And I'd like to welcome Dave Hamilton, okay, to talk about the Oscar in the magazine. And truly, Dave, you put together us a good product. You know, I don't know how you do it, and I don't know where you got the training from, but I feel very proud to go out there and say Streetwise, okay?
That's good.
It's because I know I have a good package, and not only that, but it's some information in here that can help somebody. And even if you are not interested in Streetwise, okay, but just check out our cover story, which is the Oscars. A lot of people want to know what good movies is out there. A lot of people are into entertainment. And if you're into entertainment, this is a good product to buy because we cover a lot of things on entertainment. We have the Eatwise. We have a lot of good things in the paper. But right now I want Dave to talk about this issue, Streetwise and the Oscars.
Sure.
Dave Hamilton.
So we have, this is our 4th annual Oscars edition, and the idea came to us because, you know, the Oscars are a very cultural movement, and people in the U.S. really, really get into the Oscars and predictions, and I personally am also very into it. I look forward to it every year. And so a couple of years ago, I decided that I should try and join the Academy's press people group. So I applied and they accepted me. And so luckily through that, we've been able to acquire screeners of the movies that are nominated for Oscars. Some of them. But this year we actually got all of the major screeners for the Best Picture nominees, and so we actually got the chance to show our vendors in the office. We did a couple screenings of each movie, and vendors got to come in, and this was also during our very, very cold snowpocalypse.
I remember.
Yeah, polar vortex freeze.
Yes.
So vendors actually got to come in, sit and watch a movie. We had treats. We had you know, drinks, and it was a really good time, and everybody got to see the movie and then give their opinions, which is always really nice too. I think one of my favorite things about going to the movies is talking with people afterwards and seeing what they had to think about the movies and you know, how it touched them, how it didn't touch them. And you're gonna find in our Oscars issue, I mean, the vendors are just like everybody else. Some of the movies they thought were really great. Some of them they thought were really bad, and you know, that's the way it goes.
And you know what? I think the thing that you have going on with the Oscars for the vendors and the friends is a very good thing, because it is some of the perks that you get when you come along and be a vendor of Streetwise. Because as a Streetwise vendor, we got a chance to watch some movies, some good movies, okay, the top 10. That's what we cover in the magazine, the top 10. So we got a chance to watch the top 10 movies, nominees for the Oscars. And like David said, we had refreshments. And you get a chance to give your opinion about the movie, which is a great idea. And when you give your opinion about the movie, you will get your pictured in the paper, okay? And that's another perk that, you know, Streetwise offered, to be able to get your pictured in the paper and let people know that you are a part of Streetwise. And this is the picture of most of the people that participated in the watching the movie. Let me show you. And we had a ball. We had a blast. And so I was wondering, you know, how Dave had this arranged, but he did it. He pulled it off, and it's a wonderful thing for Streetwise, and it's a wonderful thing for you too. If you buy the paper, and then you can get someone's opinion, or either you can formulate your own opinion once you see the movie, and then you can watch the movie. You can watch the Oscars with your magazine in front of you, okay? And you can go with whatever vendor that you agree with. But Dave, I really appreciate you, and I thank you for putting this together. This Oscars issues and the movies and the perks of getting our pictured in the paper and giving our opinions on the movie. Those are some real good perks for Streetwise.
So one thing I did bring that I thought would be a nice little teaser for the people that maybe don't exactly know what movies we're talking about. I brought a little teaser of all the movies, so here you go. It's a little special treat.
Special treat from Dave Hamilton. Check it out, check it out.
There's never been a black cop in this city. We think you might be the man to open things up around here.
Yes, sir.
We want to do something different.
I don't sing my own songs.
Why?
I just don't feel comfortable.
So this is sort of like a preview.
I'm a musician. I'm about to embark on a concert tour in the Deep South.
You in the Deep South? There's gonna be problems.
I want you to be my big P. I want you to be my bass.
The Queen is an extraordinary person. I hoped I might be employed here by you. As something. A monster for the children to play with, perhaps.
You get to decide what kind of king you are going to be.
I'm telling you, the wars are coming.
When you have power, people will always try to take it from you, always.
You're a legend, Fred.
We're all legends.
She is a viper.
You're jealous.
Once again, I'm A. Allen, and we're here with Dave Hamilton, the creative director of Streetwise, and we're talking about the Oscars.
Yes, and we want to thank the Academy of Motion Pictures and Arts and Sciences for that little video package.
Yeah, that was wonderful. We didn't hear the sound, but maybe the audience at home heard it. But nevertheless, Dave, this is a great magazine, and I really appreciate you putting it together for us.
So what movies did you see?
I saw the Black Panther. I didn't see it at Streetwise, but I saw the Black Panther. I saw the Black Klansman, and I saw Green Ticket. Green Ticket was
Green Book?
Green Book. Oh yeah, Green Book. Green Book was educational. All the movies was educational.
Which was your favorite?
My favorite was the Black Panther.
Black Panther stuff?
Yeah, Black Panther. And you know, one thing about the three movies that I saw that I can speak on was, to me, they had a lot of different angles you can look at the movie from. You can look at it from the black angle, from the white angle, or you could be neutral. And that's what I really liked about all three of the movies. All of them was the same in that sense. You know, it's like the different perspective that you can get from the movie. You know, but all of them was educational in a sense. Okay, if you look at it this way, from the white angle, and you black, then you can still get education from it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I think that movies, another reason that it's very important for us to cover this is that movies are changing. Their subject matter is changing. It's becoming more diverse and more inclusive. And they're starting to tell stories that more people can relate to. So, of course, we have much more African American representation now in these films than we've had in a long time. And they're winning awards for it. And that's just something that didn't happen only, 5-10 years ago. So I think that's another reason that it's very important for us to talk about these things. I mean, our entertainment is a reflection of how we're living our life. And there's very much just this effort to make everyone, and it should have always been this way, but unfortunately we're just doing it now, but there's this effort that we need to try to make everyone feel welcome and comfortable and have their own voice, and now these movies are starting to let that happen.
Yeah, the thing I like about it, Dave, is the awareness that it brings to your mind, you know?
For sure.
A lot of awareness, you know? Take for instance, the Black Panther. It's the awareness of the battle that black people have within their own community. That's something that needs to be looked at. And like you say, it helps us to be aware of some of the problems that we're facing today. And then with the Klansmen, okay, I never looked at the Klansmen like Ku Klux Klans. It's always been in the South, whereas these guys with these hoods chasing somebody black through the woods and eventually catching them and hanging them. But the Black Klansman is a totally different perspective, and you know it goes back into some real history. You know, especially for younger people, if they didn't live back in those days, or they didn't know about what the Klans was about, it'll give them a different perspective, because, you know, living in the city of Chicago, you're not going to be running through no woods and you're not going to be hanging down a tree, right?
I hope
so
not.
it gives you a different perspective of what, you know, today's society, or, yeah, the
What they went
controversy,
through.
yeah, what they went through
Yeah.
today. And then for the Green Book, the history of the Green Book was to me, it was very, you know, enlightening, because I've heard of the Green Book, but I never really saw it into action. So, you know, watching the movie, I mean, it was educational. That's what I like about all of the movies.
Do you remember what is Green Book? Where does that name come from? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. I can give you my opinion. I can't give you the definite definition of it. But the Green Book was actually a book that was put out to show black people where they could eat, where they could sleep, you know. Okay, because back in those days, black people could not eat in certain restaurants. They could not sleep in certain hotels, okay? And so I don't want to tell a movie like you had explained to me. But the thing about it was there was a book, you know, to show black people where they was welcome at, you know, and then where they was not welcome at, you know.
So it was like a real thing, like a real book.
A real thing. So, you know, that's very educational to think that people had to go through that.
I didn't know
that.
I didn't know that existed before the movie came out.
And
really.
then not only that, people take it for granted that, you know, especially blacks, that you can well, today you could go, and blacks could go and just about eat anywhere they want to, or wherever they can afford to sleep and pay, right? They could, if you can afford it, you could stay there. But it wasn't always like that. So that part of the history is very enlightening, especially if someone didn't know. I don't know if I was correct about the Green Book, but I think.
No, I think you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So of the ones you saw, which one do you think is taking the lead? Which one do you think is most worthy of an Academy Award?
Well, I think the Black Panther, because the Black Panther is a lot of money. It looked like it's more money went into the Black Panther. Okay.
It does.
It looked like more money went into the Black Panther, and then it had so many different perspectives that you can look at it, so many different angles you can look at it from, you know? And, you know, it was like educational all around, for blacks, whites, for children, for rich, for poor. Okay, it was educational. That's what I really liked about all the movies, but especially the Black Panther. You know, in the end, it didn't really take no sides. You know, it was like it ended in a neutral way, and I liked it that.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way, but yeah, it did.
So, Dave, you always interview people and ask them what movies did they like. Now, I'm going to pop the question on you. Which movie did you like the most?
Well, I loved Black Panther also.
Okay.
I've seen that a lot of times now, maybe like 8 or 10 times.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw it a lot. I saw it like 3 or 4 times.
Well, we had to watch it a lot at work too.
Oh yeah, we did. We watched the movies together. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that of the nominees this year, my favorite might be Roma. Which was about a maid in Mexico in the 70s.
Okay.
I thought it was just very interesting to see how a maid of a middle-class family, and then her interactions with them, and how she lived her life and they lived their life, and they like stuck together. It wasn't really what I was expecting altogether, and it's a little slow, but I thought there was a lot of heart in it.
Okay, well, you know,
So
I
that
never
one's
saw
my favorite,
that. I
yeah.
never saw that, but because it's your favorite, I'm gonna make it my business. I'm gonna make it my business to see that one.
Yeah, I think, yeah, like I said, Black Panther is really good, and I love superhero films. So
Okay.
if it wins, I'll be really excited.
Okay.
I don't. It's not my favorite to win, but I think that if it wins, it'd be really, really cool.
Okay,
I
so
also think Black Klansman has a chance.
yeah, Black Klansman, that was really good. That was very educational too, but especially for people that may have not lived back in those days. You know, but I was fortunate enough to experience some of that.
Well, I don't know if that's fortunate.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm saying, okay, there was a part with Stokely Carmichael speaking. I did hear him speak once. You know, he live in Africa now, but and he don't speak that much in the United States anyway. But I found it to be interesting.
Well, and I think one of the coolest things is Ron Stallworth, who is the movie Black Klansman is based off of, actually showed up at the Streetwise Gala this year.
And I got a chance to
And
meet
you
him
met him.
and took a picture of that.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to bring the picture and show it, but nevertheless, yeah, I met Ron Stallworth, and he's really a nice guy, and I wanted to shake his hand because I think that was very courageous for him to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klans, and to, you know, he went undercover, and that took a lot of heart to me because his life was on the line for doing
A lot
that.
of courage.
A lot of courage. His life was on the line for doing that. You know, his neck was on the
Yeah.
his neck was on the line, but nevertheless, he's a real nice guy, and he told me, I say, you the real guy. I say, it took a lot of courage to do what you did, and he said, the only thing he said, if you think that was something in the movie, he said you ought to read the book.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm
we have
sure
a book.
that's true.
Yeah, so he wrote the book.
Because the reason we even covered Black Klansman is because you told me you wanted to go.
Yeah,
And I was like, well, that's a good idea. Let's just grab some people. And we went to the movie.
And,
And we ended up making a cover story out of it because it was
yeah.
that, insightful.
Yeah, it was.
So I was really glad you had that idea. And then I was really glad that he showed up at our gala and he got some magazines with him on the cover.
Yeah, he
so
bought
that was
something.
pretty cool.
Yeah, he got something from me personally.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty cool. That was really cool. That was really, really cool.
Yeah, so we have a little soft spot for the Black Klansman and Ron Stallworth for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So Dave, you explain which movies you like. Now I'm gonna pop another question. Which movie would you like to win the movie of the year?
I think Roma.
Roma.
I would like it to win.
You like it, okay?
Yeah.
You like it that much?
But I like most of the films. I think the one that's a little bit overrated might be A Star Is Born, but that's just me. I think everyone's so surprised about Lady Gaga being able to act so well, which is true. She did act great. But I thought the story was a little boring.
Well, that's one.
Did you see that one?
No, I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one. I saw portions of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, that was kind of good, Queens and everything. I heard that song, We Are Champions, but then some vendors gave some insight in the magazine of what We Are Champions mean to them, and I can relate to that. It's like We Are Champions, never give up. And that's the attitude that a person have to have when they go out and sell the magazines or when they go out and work for themselves. You got to realize that you're a champion and that you could do this and that you don't have to be where you at. Even if you at home, what they call, even if you're at home on the couch, channel surfing and don't have nothing to do, you're welcome to come to Streetwise. We'll give you something to do. We'll get you started with 15 free papers to get your wheels rolling, give you a location, give you an ID badge, and so you can start being self-supporting through your own contributions, which means that you'll work for yourself. If you ever thought about going in business for yourself, this is a great opportunity. Come to 4554 North Broadway and let us help you get started with your own business.
That's great.
Okay, we got a few more minutes left, and I would like to say, the Streetwise have a vendors advisory board. We met today, and we will be having our all vendors meeting tomorrow. It started at 11 o'clock, and we want to welcome all vendors to come and be a part of the all vendors meeting. Streetwise have new gear. You can check out the gear if you come to the meeting. If you're a vendor, come and get your new ID badge. We have the new ID badge for the year 2019. All are welcome. And remember, you're welcome to come to orientation if you haven't got your wheels started yet. Come to orientation Tuesday and Thursday at 10 o'clock, okay? 4554 North Broadway, Suite 350. Come early and get breakfast, sales training, receive a badge so you can sell the magazines legally, and you'll receive 15 free magazines to get you started. Come and be a part of this family, Streetwise. I want to thank John Kidd. I want to thank you, Dave, for coming on the show, and thank you all for watching. And come back next week, same time, same station, and we'll talk more about Streetwise. Thank you so much.